I got these acoustic wall panels sent to me to make a video about. I got them all set up on my wall here. I got my desk in here. I got my microphone over here, and I got my computer here and everything all set up so that I can make my videos and do all that stuff in here with these nice acoustic panels. These things are actually pretty nice. The thing I really like about these is that they're solid wood right here. This is real wood on the outside, and then on the bottom has the sound absorbing panels. So yeah, these things are really good at absorbing the sound, and they look really nice too. So when you talk into the panels right here, your voice is absorbed into the panels and it doesn't bounce back into the microphone. So yeah, these acoustic panels are a great way to improve your audio. But these things are a little bit of work to put together. You'll need to get yourself a drill, a level, and then some adhesive, however you want to put it up to the wall. These are nice thick panels though, so you can either attach them to the wall with adhesive or you can drill them into place there with some screws, and they come with a lot of screws. You get a bag of screws with each one of these boxes of panels here. So for me, this is a pretty big wall. I ended up getting 4 boxes of panels here, so that's 16 panels altogether. All right, let me go ahead and show you how I put this all together here, how I cut around the outlets and attach it to the wall and everything. The first thing I did here is I leaned the panels up against the wall to kind of see how they're going to fit. And so now that I got them where I want them and I got it all measured out here, I just need to take the old sound panels off the wall here. I'll just get those off and then I can attach these to the wall. You can see what these look like here. They're nice pieces of wood right here, and then they got a nice foam backing there. In comparison, the old sound panelings that I had here, this is just foam here. It's a soft foam, where this is a nice hard foam there that's a lot firmer, and then it's got the nice wood panels on there. So you can see how nice that looks. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take those old sound panels down and then put the new ones up, and then we'll go ahead and see how they look. I got all my old sound panels off the wall there. They were just stuck on with some little stickers there. So you can see how it looks there. Oops, there's one more left over there. I'll go grab that one real quick. These were just stuck on here with these little stickers here. Now I got the wall all cleared off, and then I can start putting up the sound panels here. But yeah, here's how the old ones were held on, just with those stickers there with the double side tape. The new acoustic sound panels come with a bag of screws here, and you can, looks like you can glue it down if you want to use an adhesive, and then you can screw the panels into the wall there. So you can see how much thicker these are. These are a lot more durable, so you could put the adhesive on the back here, and then you can also screw them into the wall because they're really thick there compared to those little foam panels that I was using. These are wood though, so you'll need to cut them with a saw if you're going to cut it down to certain areas. Like I got an outlet here, so I'll have to measure this and cut the outlet there, cut around the outlet. Same thing down there, I got a couple outlets on the floor, so I'll have to make some measurements and make some cuts there to fit around the outlets. But for these over here, I can just start putting them up against the wall. I'm just going to grab a big level so that I can get them straight. So to get started, I decided I was going to just attach these to the wall with screws. I figured that way if I messed something up and needed to move something around, it'd be a lot easier to unscrew it from the wall and then reattach it, rather than if I use the adhesive, then it's just kind of set in place. So I decided not to use the adhesive until I had it all lined up just where I wanted it. You get a big bag of screws with each of these boxes here, and I found that I could put in 9 screws in each panel. I put 3 along the top here, and then I put 3 on the bottom here, and then I put 3 in the middle as well. The important thing is to make sure this is level. My ceiling isn't perfectly level there, so I had to make adjustments as I went along. So I just got a big level here, and then that way I could make sure each of these panels is level, and then if I was off a little bit, I could make some adjustments. But I'm just going to go through here and just putting these panels on one after another. Each panel I put up, it starts to look really nice in here. Really excited. I can't wait to get this all set up and test it out with my microphone here. I ran into the outlet down there, so I'm going to have to cut it before I put it up on here so that I can make it around those outlets down there. Putting these things together was a little bit of work, but it was worth it. They sure do look nice, and they make my audio sound great too. All right, here's some progress here. I got all these along the top there. I didn't do the bottom ones right here because I need to cut out around those outlets, and then I'll have to cut some panels for the bottom there to make it line up. And then I'll have to cut some panels for the side over here to get it to line up along the door. But we'll start over here. I think if we just keep going in a row there, then everything will line up nice, because I keep checking for level each time I go to the next board, and then that way with each panel they'll be lined up, and if I need to make a little bit of an adjustment I can. So it's like you can see in here, if I was off a little bit, then I could adjust the angle a little bit to make it level, and so there'll be a little bit of a gap right there, then that way I can keep everything lined up. Because the ceiling's not perfectly level, it is off a little bit, and if I lined it up by the ceiling, I would be off a little bit on everything. So just little minor adjustments there, and that'll help keep everything level. But yeah, so far this looks really nice. Really like the way these panels look. Can't wait to get it all finished up and get my microphone out and test it all out. All right, so here I am out in the shop, cutting down these panels and trimming them up here. One of the things you want to look out for when you go to cut these panels is if you look on the back here, you see these staples, and you want to make sure you strategically cut these so that you'll have 2 rows of staples holding the board on, because if you don't, if you just have 1 row right here of staples, you can see here when I go to cut it, they start to get a little bit floppy, and you don't want them moving around a little bit. It'll be hard to cut them straight if they're moving around there. So don't make the same mistake I did. Make sure you look at the back of the panels first and see where the staples are, and then position it that way so that you can get a nice clean cut, and it'll be a lot easier to line them up on the wall that way. And then as far as the outlets go, I ended up using a jigsaw. I drilled a hole right in here into the middle so that I could put the jigsaw in here. And then I went ahead and cut the rectangle out here so that I could put it around the outlet. All right, I got a few more of these to cut here. I'm gonna get all these cut up. I got it all marked here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it with the jigsaw. And then I'll go ahead and take them inside and see how they line up. All right, so once you get these cut up, you wanna sand them down here. You wanna get them nice and smooth with a sanding block. Another mistake I made is I just used the sandpaper on this block that I had right here, and so I wasn't able to get them there really good. One of the issues I had was the sanding block that I was using was kind of tough to use, and if I was going to do it over again, I would have got a new sanding pad right here. These things are nice. They got nice straight corners there, and these are a little bit easier to sand with. You want to use a really nice square sanding block, and then that way you can get in there really good and smooth everything out really nice. This stuff does sand pretty nice. This is what it looks like here. It's got the nice wood on the outside, and then it's got the MDF here underneath. So yeah, it looks like these panels are pretty nice. They'll absorb a lot of sound, and they look really nice too. So yeah, that was a lot easier with using this sanding block right here. This one right here works, but with the sanding paper here flopping over, it was hard to get into the corners. And this is a nice 220 sanding block right here, so I recommend getting one of these to clean up your edges. All right, let's go ahead and put these back up on the wall and see how they look. All right, so now I'm just going to put the rest of these panels up. I'm just going to fit them around the outlet. I'm going to screw this big panel into the wall here and make sure I keep it level. Got this one over here by the lights. Got that all lined up just right. That one was a little bit tricky to get measured up. Same with this one here on the bottom and this little tiny piece in the corner here. It's a lot of little tiny pieces to finish things up. Same thing over here. Get this last little piece in here. All right, there we go. Looks pretty nice. All right, so you can see how it looks here. We got it all done on the top. We got it all done on the bottom there. And then I put a LED strip right here. Turn the LED strip on. So you can see what it looks like there with the LED strip. So that gives it some really nice light in here with that LED strip. There's also room on the top there. I can put another LED strip there. I just need to get a cord long enough to reach down to the power there. If you have any extra pieces, you can also make some trim pieces, and you could put the trim pieces in here like this to give it a nice light effect where the LED strip would be behind the panels there. So you could do something custom here if you wanted to get a nice look there. I trimmed these panels down here to put along the edge, to put it next to the door jamb there, because there's a little bit of a gap right there. You could leave it like that with just the material, just the soundproofing material, or you could trim a little gap piece like this. Or you could trim a gap piece to put up in here. You could butt these up like I did down here. You could see these are just butted up to each other right there to create a seamless look. And then I put the gap up here for the LED strip, and then I have the gap on the ceiling to do another LED strip. So yeah, it was a little bit of work to put these things up here, but it is worth it. They sure do look nice, and they make my audio sound a lot better too. Yeah, these things are pretty nice.